best guy right now is Joseph Parker. Why? Because he's not a big heavyweight. He's quick. He throws combinations. He has a great trainer with him now in Andy Lee.
Given you have had one round since March 24, is it the right move for you to take this opportunity rather than having a fight?
Parker did the business. Parker's done everything he needs to do now to warrant a shot at Usyk. But would you even give Joseph Parker a chance at Usyk? It'd be an interesting fight.
Oleksandr Usyk isn't too excited about fighting Joseph Parker next and is more focused on facing Tyson Fury for a third time.
Queen.
Calling him the Gypsy Queen, yeah, no, not the Gypsy
Queen,
King. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greedy belly, I love you.
Oleksandr Usyk has rejected the idea of fighting Joseph Parker next. Not exactly a glowing response, especially considering the WBO has officially told him it has to be Parker next, or else. But Usyk clearly has other plans. He's got his eyes on a third fight with Tyson Fury, and he's not all that interested in going a different route.
Message Tyson Fury. I don't have message in Tyson Fury.
But will you fight him next?
See you later. Queen.
Calling him the Gypsy Queen, yeah, no, not the Gypsy
Queen,
King. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greedy belly, I love you.
The WBO has made it crystal clear they want Usyk to defend his heavyweight title against Joseph Parker. They've sent out a formal letter to both camps, giving them 30 days to start and finish negotiations. If nothing gets done within that time, the fight goes to a purse bid, and the minimum bid is $1 million. Either team can ask for that at any time if they can't reach an agreement. In the letter of order sent to both fighters, it is written as, "Please be advised that the WBO World Championship Committee is hereby ordering the commencement of negotiations between the subject matter fighters to discharge the mandatory title defense obligation. By virtue of this order, the parties have 30 days upon issuance of this letter to reach terms. Failure to do so will result in this committee ordering purse bid proceedings in accordance with WBO regulations of World Championship contests. The minimum bid in the heavyweight division is $1 million, 1,000 drawn. Any of the parties herein may request purse bid proceedings at any time during negotiation stages." While Oleksandr Usyk is clearly not at all showing any interest in fighting Joseph Parker, many in boxing think this is the fight that should happen. Chris Algieri has expressed his opinion favoring the idea of this matchup. He went on to highlight how Joseph Parker deserves this shot and also gave his prediction on what he thinks about this fight.
I actually do think it's a good fight. I also think it's a pretty dangerous fight for Usyk. You know, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, what about these younger guys like a Moses Atuma? I think it's a little too early for them. Joseph Parker's a guy who's a seasoned pro. He's got a lot of experience. He's a former world champion. He's big for the weight class. He's athletic, and he's coming off a 3-fight win streak that, I mean, rivals any one of the top contenders right now. You know, he KOs Martin Bakole in his last fight. He beat Zhilei Zhang before that, and Deontay Wilder before that. If anyone deserves a shot, it's Joseph Parker. And it's just unfortunate for him. He always seems like the guy who's on the outside looking in, doesn't ever get that shot. So I do think he deserves it. I also think it's a dangerous fight. Does he have enough to beat Usyk? I don't think anybody beat.
On the other hand, Usyk is not accepting this offer, and the point of worry is if Usyk keeps chasing Fury and ignores the WBO's orders, he might have to give up one of his belts. And that's where things get really interesting, yet problematic for Usyk's professional career.
There's huge risks in taking a fight like that at this stage when you could be next in line for a title fight. Now, whether Usyk vacates and he fights somebody, the next best challenger, or Usyk decides to fight Joseph, which would be admirable, which he doesn't have to do probably because his legacy is secured. He's done basically everything in boxing, and if he was to retire tomorrow, or what could happen, which has been muted, that he was going to have the Dubois fight and then he was going to have a celebrity fight, you know, like crossover fight with an ex-MMA or something like that, which for me wouldn't be nice because I think it would cheapen his legacy in some way. But
to be fair, it's not a surprising move. Parker has been on a tear lately, quietly working his way back to the top with some big wins. And now, after all the work he's put in, the WBO says it's his turn.
The WBO have called him to fight Joseph Parker. We don't know if that's going to be next. Usyk might vacate and go elsewhere with a Fury, Trilogy, etc. If it is Joseph Parker, what problems and questions can he pose that others haven't, or can he not?
It's funny you say that because a guy just asked me not long ago who I think would be best or that had the best opportunity to give Usyk a fight. The best guy right now is Joseph Parker. Why? Because he's not a big heavyweight. He's quick. He throws combinations. He has a great trainer with him now in Andy Lee, and he's more comfortable than I've ever seen him in his whole career. And so I think that is actually a very good fight for both fighters, and this is the very best time for it because Joseph Parker is on the uprise right now.
Amid this, Simon Jordan has raised eyebrows for Joseph Parker, questioning him on how he is able to dethrone Oleksandr Usyk when he himself had only one fight in the year.
You have had one round since March 24. Is it the right move for you to take this opportunity rather than having a fight in between it to get yourself into a situation where you're really in the zone?
That is a good question because I've had one fight in 2024, one this year, and activity is key. And he's been very busy, Usyk.
What is the reason behind you only having one round, Joe? Like politics of the sport?
I have no idea.
You've been knocking on the door.
I've been knocking on the door. I've been asking for any fight and every fight. Who knows, right?
As much as the WBO wants to see Usyk versus Parker, Usyk isn't biting. He seems way more focused on getting a third fight with Tyson Fury. They've already gone at it twice, and Usyk won both times, but he still wants to go back for one more. For Usyk, it's not just about defending belts anymore, it's about legacy. A third fight with Fury would be massive. It's the kind of event that gets fans buzzing, media talking, and would probably make a boatload of money. But if he chooses that path, the WBO belt might have to go. And if it does, Joseph Parker could end up fighting someone else for the vacant title.
Oleksandr Usyk at this stage of his career, having paid I don't know how many sanctioning fees or how much sanctioning fees to the WBO, will do what he wants to do. I'm going to get straight to it and then kind of go backwards. Gut feeling, I don't think we see Oleksandr Usyk versus Joseph Parker. Do I want to see Oleksandr Usyk versus Joseph Parker? Absolutely. I think Joseph Parker is fully deserving of a shot. No one is going to say he's jumped the queue. And I think a lot of boxing fans want to see it. I do. But I do feel like there are quite a few hurdles that Joseph Parker might have to overcome to get in the ring with Oleksandr Usyk. One of the biggest hurdles is I think we saw the Ring magazine.
If Usyk walks away from the Parker fight, there's a good chance Parker could be matched up with rising star Moses Itama instead. Itama is set to fight Dillian White next month. If he wins that and Usyk drops the belt, Parker versus Itama could end up being for the WBO title. That's a wild turn of events for Itama, who just a short time ago wasn't even in the top title talks. But that's how fast things can change in boxing.
Why not give a young, hungry, up-and-comer like Moses Itama a chance then? Someone that deserves it. Someone, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're bringing up this foolishness of Jake Paul, then why not Moses Itama? Itama actually deserves it, and it'll be a hell of a fight stylistically, and it'll prove that Usyk is not afraid of the young, hungry, dangerous heavyweights coming up, just like Ali wasn't with Leon Spinks. So yeah, that's the way to go if you're a real boxing fan, but it's just in it for the money and in it for the spectacle and in it because you're in Jake Paul's pocket still, then yeah, all right, go to the circus again.
While all that's going on, Daniel Dubois is still dealing with a ton of criticism. After losing to Usyk for the second time, people are questioning whether he still has the heart to be a top fighter. Some say he gave up in that fight, which is a brutal accusation in this sport. Derek Chisora was one of the loudest critics. He didn't hold back at all. He straight up said Dubois quit. He also said it looked like Dubois wasn't trained properly for the fight. Harsh stuff, but Chisora doesn't really sugarcoat things.
He quit for me. He quit in the first round. Yeah. But if he got knocked down in the fifth round, didn't he? Yeah. He walked in there, was game on. By the time he got hit by 3 shots, that was it. Yeah. Yeah.
So do you think the fight was lost in the opening round?
I was watching it very carefully, do you understand? Because I like Daniel. I believe that he'll come back, but for him to come back, he has to hang out with killers. Do you understand? You have to hang out with other athletes, other fighters in the gym. You have to hang out with different people.
Yeah.
Combat sport. Yeah. And then you understand, because when he was on the floor, all he did was looking at his corner.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be there. Even when he arrived, he didn't want to be there. You have to understand, watch when he arrived to fight AJ and watch when he arrived to fight Usyk. Totally different.
Yeah.
Tyson is not a quitter.
Mm.
Yeah. He wants to go out there and do what he needs to do. Yeah. AJ's not a quitter. You know. Dylan is not a quitter. Do you understand? I'm not a quitter. Yeah. When we get hit, we're like, we pump. Even the kid from New York, the New York King, what's his name? We got beat by Hamza Shiraz.
Edgar
Yeah, he got hit so many times. He didn't quit, did he? No. Do you understand? He kept on getting up.
Yeah.
Daniel did not get up because he didn't want no more. They have to fix that.
Yeah.
We're not talking badness. They have to fix that because that will happen again and again and again.
Frank Warren, Dubois' promoter, didn't take that lightly. He fired back, saying if Chisora really thinks Dubois is a quitter, then he should fight him and prove it. That might actually be a fight fans would love to see. Both guys have something to prove, and it would be a real brawl. He said, Derek said Daniel is a quitter. I didn't like the way he kept on saying it. The vibe I got back when I spoke to Don, Charles Dubois' coach, yesterday was, well, if he thinks he's a quitter, he can fight him. Fight him? It's a great fight, isn't it? What a good fight it would be between the two of them. Carl Froch also spoke out about the Usyk versus Parker situation. He agrees that Parker deserves the shot. After all, Parker's beaten some serious names lately, like Deontay Wilder and Jile Zhang. Those aren't easy wins by any stretch.
Parker did the business. Parker's done everything he needs to do now to warrant a shot at Usyk. But would you even give Joseph Parker a chance at Usyk? It'd be an interesting fight. Quite fast hands, high work rate. But let's not forget who Parker's lost to already.
But Froch isn't giving Parker much of a chance against Usyk. He pointed out that Parker lost to Dillian Whyte and said that some of the guys Parker's lost to aren't even close to Usyk's level. Still, Froch said Parker deserves the payday and the opportunity, even if the odds are stacked against him.
To Dillian Whyte a few years ago, and he's since been beaten a few times by people that really couldn't lace Usyk boots. And I'm not having a go at Joseph Parker. And I do think that if anybody deserves a fight, he does. He deserves the fight, deserves the payday. But is anybody realistically giving Joseph Parker a chance against Oleksandr Usyk? Because I'm not. I just don't think it's realistic. And I'm a big fan of Joseph Parker. I think he's a great guy. He's a hard worker. He's improved a lot. He's had some good wins. Jile Zhang, Deontay Wilder, etc. You know what he's done. But I don't think you can stick him in with Oleksandr Usyk and expect any kind of success or any kind of result, especially after that performance.
Meanwhile, legendary trainer and commentator Teddy Atlas gave his thoughts on a possible third Usyk versus Fury fight, and he's not feeling it. According to Atlas, the rivalry has already played out. Usyk beat Fury twice. And that's that. He even said Usyk could have knocked Fury out in their first fight if he hadn't held back. Atlas thinks both guys are near the end of their careers and should start thinking about their health. He said Usyk should go out on top and doesn't need to chase another Fury fight. That's a big statement coming from someone who's seen it all in boxing.
I've seen Usyk beat Fury. I love them both. And they've done nothing but good for boxing and their families and themselves. And they're tremendous. They're warriors. They're everything. I don't want to see it no more. I saw it twice. Usyk won twice. He won twice. And the first one could have been a knockout if he didn't hold himself back. To be honest, when Fury was going down, he stopped and let the referee get in. He could have put that final blow in there that might have hurt him. But he wouldn't have got up, probably, with that fight, as great as Fury is. So, been there, done that, seen that movie. Don't make another one.
So here's where things stand. The WBO wants Usyk to fight Joseph Parker. Parker's ready, the fans are ready, and the deadline clock is ticking. Usyk has 30 days to make a deal, or the fight goes to purse bid. At the same time, Usyk keeps talking about Fury. That tells you where his mind is. He's not just trying to hold on to belts. He wants big moments that add up to his legacy and the boxing history. But that means he's going to have to make a tough choice. Keep the WBO belt and fight Parker, or go for the Fury trilogy and give it up. If he does give it up, Parker could end up fighting Atama, or maybe even Dubois, if he can bounce back. Either way, the WBO title won't sit empty for long.
It was great to see him win and become two-time unified undisputed champion of the world. and just waited for my opportunity. I'm going to wait for my opportunity and see if he does give it to me, you know, and hopefully we can get in the ring and share the ring together and, you know, have a great fight.
The heavyweight scene right now is buzzing with tension. You've got Usyk stuck between two huge decisions. Parker is finally in a position he's earned after years of hard work. Dubois is trying to prove he's not done. Itama and White looking to crash the party, and legends like Carl Froch, Derek Chisora, and Teddy Atlas all chiming in. Whatever happens in the next few months, one thing's for sure, it's going to shake up the entire heavyweight division. If you are also hyped up for what has become a true ride of thrill and suspense, do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can have all the future updates. Like and share the video with a boxing fellow. Comment your thoughts as we want to hear it from you.